There we go, bro.
Clink, 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 clink.
Taki
to the Brown Brothers, man. To the Brown Brothers. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Two Beers and a Mic, man. Today I have a brother from back in the day. It was weird, you know, we went to the same school, same city last, I don't know, close to 20 years, just never ran into each other, you know? Yeah. Born and raised, well, I guess born in Fiji, raised in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Knocking on the doors of Hollywood, man, and absolute freaking just a guy out there trying to get it, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Shaneel Chand, brother. So, what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm working on a movie called Vegas Cabbie.
Yeah?
It's an independent project. I got I'm blessed to be the lead actor in it. So. Yeah. We were supposed to have it out this year, but because of COVID and everything, you know, it's not there yet. So we're still shooting. We're waiting for Vegas to open back up. So go back there, shoot, and then hopefully we can release it by next year.
Can you give some detail as to what it's about? Or?
It's about a cab driver. You can search it up on imdb too. It's called Vegas Cabbie. It's about a cab driver who comes from, I believe, India or something to make it in America, right? But no, he comes with money. He didn't become a cab driver. He had to do it.
Okay.
He had to do it to survive.
Okay.
Right? But he gets caught up in drugs, money, so it's like an action drama kind of.
Make sure you make our people look good, man. Don't make them look bad.
No. It looks good. We got some of the island aspect to it too, because he, you know, if you see the flyer, he's wearing an island T-shirt, Hawaiian T-shirt, so you got the island aspect.
So is it? I mean, I'm sure it's English. Like, did you have to really work at the accent? Because you got to do American accent.
No, it's fully American accent. There's no Indian accent in it at all.
You know, I could respect that because it's like the phoniness won't be there. Right?
Exactly.
Is there a way to explain why the character is able to speak such good English?
I don't know. That's just how we chose to do it.
That's what's up.
That's just how the director and producer chose to do it.
Anything else you got coming down the pipeline?
There's a couple movies that I shot, movie and a show that I shot in Oakland.
Yeah.
So one of them is called She's Not Mine.
Yeah.
It's a movie. That's coming out, should be this year. There's another one called Vampire, The Chronicles of the Vampire in Oakland.
Okay.
So that should be coming out. And then there's a show that I worked on. It's called The Chase Lounge.
Yeah.
So we shot the pilot. They're editing and stuff, so we're gonna just pass it out to the big wigs, see who buys it. Maybe, hopefully, you know,
so
Netflix, Hulu, one of those, you know, Amazon.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Prime, because I have the subscription. What is it? You also shot like a short movie, right? It's like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I did a couple of shorts for.
I saw one on Instagram.
Student films.
Okay.
So I did a couple of those. My first gig was actually an independent movie in San Diego.
That's insane.
So when I first started, I started acting about 2 years ago, a year and a half. So my first thing that I got was a role in an independent movie in San Diego.
You're getting a little spoiled too early, man. A year and a half in the game and already making these moves.
It's about just hustling, dude.
Yeah?
It's not about being spoiled. It's about just, dude, we worked.
Yeah?
We worked. We're on, my wife, 100%, all credit goes to my wife. She signed up. She searched.
Plug.
Yeah. She was like, what do you want to do? And I told her, and we made it happen. We searched it up. She looked up for it. We signed up for the casting websites, and
really,
the rest is history. Yeah.
That's what's up. So I mean, like, walk us through kind of the process. I mean, like, it's a pretty stopping your normal life and really chasing your dream. First of all, defining your dream and really, you know, making it something attainable. That's a process. But like, what was that like? Like, did you just drop everything and like? So
it's a funny story. I gave my life, not life, but I gave about 6 years to a company where
6 years.
Yeah.
Call it life. That's that millennial shit right there.
Yeah. Hey, 6 years is a long time. 6 is a long time, bro. No, but that's how you feel when you give, like, 6 years is a long time when you work for a company, dude.
That, especially that age, like you're
exactly. Yeah. And I mean, I was moving up, starting a career, right?
Oh, wow.
And you know, moved up in the company, was finally in a position where it was like, now you have a career. Like, everybody in the company is like, yeah, you're doing great. The company ended up getting bought out, worked there for another year, and then they did a company-wide layoff. And I wasn't even mad because I understand business, so I understood why they did it. And there's like we had a paperwork that showed, you know, the age groups of, you know, and the years people served that were laid off. So it was totally random. Yeah. So I didn't hold anything against it. Okay. And you know, got a severance package, whatever. I talked to my wife. I was like, man, what am I gonna do?
So what year is this? So it was like 2017, 18?
This is 2018.
18. Oh,
2019.
Damn.
Recent.
Okay. Wow.
Recent, bro. Recent.
Okay.
Recent. March 22nd. March 22nd, 2019.
So were you doing any of this acting stuff while you were at this?
You know, the funny thing is, I've always I've got headshots done. And I've applied for things while I was working, right?
Yeah.
Like ever since I graduated high school.
Really?
So I did but I never followed through because something else was taking my priority at that time.
Right.
But it's funny how the universe works, right?
Dude, I was just thinking that.
Because the universe is like, bro, go this way, go this way,
Yeah.
and then us as humans, we fight it sometimes, right?
You just don't see the bigger.
So that's what I call it. I fought it, and I didn't follow what the universe was telling me.
just
So I got laid off, and I was like, man, I need to focus.
Yeah.
So I had some money saved up. My wife was like, why don't you go take a vacation? So I took like a week off. I was laid off, so I was off forever now.
Where'd you go?
I was off forever. I went to San Diego. I went to visit my brother. He was still in the Marines.
Nice.
It was in Carlsbad. So they lived in an apartment that was
Carlsbad or Carl's?
bad.
Is it
BAD.
Carlsbad? Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm out there a lot too.
Camp Pendleton and all that area. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I went out there, stayed with him for a week, and went to the beach. I was at the beach like every day. Islanders, we need the beach, bro. So no, it calms me, dude. It calms me. I don't know.
I prefer my American River. It's more closer to where
It's
I
dirty.
grew up. That's right. So yeah, Fiji's not very clean either. Okay, so that's okay. Wow.
I literally, because I'm a huge believer in manifestation. You gotta manifest. I'm messing up this
That
word.
fucking immigrant is coming.
I know,
out,
dude.
man.
The accent's coming out already, right? You gotta manifest what you want in life.
Okay, there you go.
Affirmations and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm a huge believer in that. So I just went to the beach, meditated, had my notebook, wrote down what I wanted to do, everything like that.
Really? Where does that come from?
It comes from being Indian, bro.
Really?
Comes from everything we talked about earlier when we were just sitting on the couch talking about, like how we feel trapped sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have an outlet, mental health is number one.
Yeah.
So if you don't have an outlet to at least take inventory of your own life and meditate about what you want, like what else?
Yeah, I
what
think
else are you
in our
doing?
culture we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Our age group, we still have to live up the expectations to our generation before our parents' generation, and then we have to set a better standard. We have to
Exactly.
better life for the generation that's coming up.
Exactly.
So
That's why mental health is number one. So, dude, I spent I think the whole week on the beach.
Really?
Like in the morning, I would just leave, go to the beach. I'll sit down. Some days I would have a notebook with me and write things down.
That's really good.
And then I just had an epiphany. I was at the coffee shop, and I called my wife. I was like, I've always said that when every time, because we used to do date nights.
Yeah.
Before COVID and all that, quarantine. Every time movies would come out, whatever, we were like every Friday, Saturdays we'd be at the theater.
Yeah.
Because we love movies, you know. She did theater. I danced in high school, and every time I watch a movie, I was like, man, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like I could do that. Like I do improv, all that. I could do that. That's
You do
cool.
improv too?
Yeah, I started doing improv just recently.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. I could play that actor. That reminds me of me. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
So
and it was always there.
The improv part, is that like a whose line is it anyway type of deal?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Like, just improv, you make up a scene like, oh, here's this, and then you just keep it going.
People keep coming in.
Yeah, just keep it going, and then oh, freeze, I'll take
That's
you out,
really
I'll come in.
good.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I just started doing it recently, actually, improv. Yeah, so I was always saying that. So I called my wife. I was on the beach. I was coffee shop. Sorry, I was at the coffee shop. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then started researching everything. Called my older brother. Told him, I was like, hey, dude, because he's my older brother. I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I follow. Had a conversation with him. Had a conversation with my little brother. My little brother and his wife, 100% supportive. My wife, 100%
awesome.
supportive. They knew it was going to be hard, but they were like, dude, go for it.
That's really important to have. Sometimes your own blood has a buy-in in what you're dreaming and your aspirations. I think that's really good.
And then my wife's family, every single one of her siblings, all of our nieces and nephews, every single one of them supportive.
That's good.
Yeah, they're always like, oh, my uncle's on. And then I was sending them pictures.
Hey, the thing with that is that now failure is not an option because you got so many people invested.
Failure is never an option.
Yeah.
Failure is never an option.
Right.
Failure happens, but there's always a learning process.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been, failures throughout our whole life, but that took us to where we need to be, and that's another thing. Yeah. So this is not like, oh, Shaneel tried it or Alan tried this thing. No, like
it's
we're
full force.
doing it. Yeah. We have to do it.
It's one more of the things is like people won't decide when the failure is. Like I'll decide when to stop when I failed. You know what I mean? So okay, so you're at the coffee shop. Everyone's
Yeah, called my wife and we started searching it up. Signed up for the casting websites that were the most popular. I had some friends in LA, so I was in San Diego at the time, in Carlsbad, and then my friend Keo and my friend Chinu and their kids. Their kids are in acting and modeling also.
Yeah, they're I think singing, right? Singers
too. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Blue's Clues, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
My godson Luther. Yep, he was on Blue's Clues. Yeah. And they just did a live concert too. It was streamed and everything. It was just amazing hearing Sophia and Luther sing. Was
hey, when y'all beautiful. Coming on the show, man? I didn't even know you guys were doing all this stuff. All right, that's what's
up. Keo, make it happen.
Plug, brother, plug. All right.
Follow them Instagram, Crazy Little Voos.
Damn. Okay. Okay, so you're back in Sacramento. You're looking up stuff. Like, okay, share your first experience. What's the first?
First thing was getting the headshot done. Okay. I didn't have a resume because I didn't do anything yet, right?
Yeah.
So learning how to do that. Fortunately, I found some people in the community that were willing to help.
Really?
So my first set was the first job I got off of a casting website was a background job.
Okay.
So background, extras like the regular people that are walking up and down or whatever, sitting in a movie or a show, right? So I got that, and that's where I met more people, and they were willing to help. And they're like, "Oh, here, sign up for this. Your resume should look like this. You need to go get better headshots." And then from that, started making it happen.
So what were your extra on?
That was a independent movie called Fight for Your Life.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're released yet or not, but that was the first thing I did, and that was it June or July of 2019.
Okay, what about you said you were also on what else were you extra on? 13 Reasons Why.
And then after that, everything happened. So I met these people. They told me where to go apply and everything like that. And where, they were like, "Oh, I've been on 13 Reasons Why. I've been on this." I was like, "How did you guys do it? Like, help me out. I'm new."
Yeah.
And they did, and which was amazing to find people that, want to help.
Exactly.
Which is, everybody needs help, dude. Like, we're not in this by ourselves.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So. Yeah, and then started applying and found out where they were doing casting calls for that and got into extras for 13 Reasons Why. After that, they did Goliath. Goliath is with it's a Prime show.
Yeah.
With Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Cool ass guy.
You met Billy Bob?
We were walking out of the extra area to go and take our place. He was like this right here. He's like, "Good morning." He's like, "What's up?" He's like, "What's up?"
Did you see in Billy Bob what Angelina Jolie saw in Billy Bob?
Hopefully, because I hope Angelina sees that in me. Hey, Angelina is a amazing actress, man. She is amazing.
So okay, Billy Bob, that's actually a pretty big deal. Most people probably don't know Billy Bob. Watch Bad Santa. That's Billy Bob. So like, who are some of the famous people you've met so far?
So I got to see Billy Bob there. Did extra work on that. And the funny thing is, so before I get to that, so the next job I got was in LA. It's a show called Betrayed. They reenact true crimes.
Okay.
Murders and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a role in it, but my dad's 2000 Nissan Quest minivan did, because they're looking for a minivan.
Really?
So I drove that all the way to LA.
Really?
And I was on set for I think a week.
Wow.
And they're like, "Hey, you're here. We want to put you in too." So they put me in as an extra for I think 2 days.
Wow, that's really cool.
Came back, did
you talk about 13 the universe working, man.
Yeah.
How far got you a gig, bro?
Right. Did a couple more 13 Reasons Why, because 13 Reasons Why ended in 2019. That was it for that, I think. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, that was it. And then before 2019 ended, Matrix was shooting.
Okay.
So the next one was Matrix. So Matrix 4 was shot in downtown San Francisco Financial District and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So was this the one? Was Keanu in there?
I got to see him, bro.
Really?
He was literally like, there was 2 flower pots in the financial district. It was break time, right? Every time I see Keanu, he had an 8-ounce Coke and a cigarette. Wow. When he was taking his breaks. So he was literally there. It was this close. I was sitting next to him. But I didn't say anything to him because I didn't know he's working. He's working, right? I was like, man, but then I felt bad because I was like, man, it's always been because he's one of my favorite actors.
Well, I mean, if you don't say hi, you might not get this opportunity.
Exactly. So I was like, man, come on, like I have to say hi to him.
Yeah.
Give me another chance, right? Yes, praying to the universe, right?
Yeah.
Next day, I'm literally there's like 200-300 people on set, bro.
Yeah.
I'm literally standing there. His Uber or cab or whatever pulls up, and he makes a line towards this way because his area is right here to go into the building to go get ready and all that. Walks right. I was like, "Hey, Keanu, how you doing?" And then the famous Keanu voice, "Hey."
Really?
I was like, "Yes."
Damn, Billy Bob and Keanu.
And yes.
Insane.
And then walking down the financial district during a shoot, like we're resetting. Neil Patrick Harris was there.
Really?
He was walking literally right by me. He was smoking. I was like, "Hey, Neil, how you doing?" He was like, "Hey, how you doing?"
PH, man.
I was like, "Man, yeah, MPAs, bro."
How do you like once you say hi, they say hi? Is that star factor kind of gone for you a little bit?
No, it's always there, bro.
Really?
It's always there. I think I'll always get starstruck because I mean we grew up with these people,
Yeah,
you know.
that's incredible.
It's how you handle yourself though.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like fan out like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Like no, I didn't do that. I was like,
It's mellow.
"Hey, Neil, how you doing?" Like just said hi. Like we gotta understand that these celebrities that are higher right now, like A-class celebrities, they're still people, dude.
People, yeah.
They're still people. They're just like me and you.
Insane, man.
You can still say hi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I didn't know this, but the group that we were running with, because we were running in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy was shooting Venom a couple blocks over, Venom 2. So when he was done shooting, he was right behind me.
Okay.
And he was running with us, and I didn't I was like, "What the heck? That's Tom Hardy! Like, what the heck?" So that was pretty cool.
So go back just a little bit. So like getting on the stage, right? You talked about like writing, sitting on the beach and writing stuff. How much of your writing that you did 6 months prior came true within the first year?
So the goals were pretty simple.
All right. Okay, that's simple. Okay.
The goals were pretty simple, right?
Okay. Realistic. Okay.
It was the goals were like, okay, first it was trying to figure out what I want to do. Figured out, okay, I want to follow a career in acting and modeling, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not tall enough to model, but lifestyle modeling that you see on my Instagram, like if we buy clothes from our friends or whatever, like we'll model it, I'll model it out and all that kind of stuff. And the other goals were like, okay, like it was simple goals. Sign up for the casting websites, get headshots done, get this done, get that done. So it was very simple. And then the goal was like, and I still follow the same goal: 5 movies, 5 commercials, 5 shows, 5 lifestyle photo shoots for magazines, whatever, right? And I would do that. So that was the goal for the whole year.
Okay.
And half of the year was already done because it was already April, right?
So you go by fiscal year.
Yeah.
So like, what was the experience like getting on the set first of all? Because that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Like that's incredible. That's like winning an Oscar if you're just starting out, probably, right? Like you literally, I mean, getting your foot in the door and talking to people who are in the mix, and they're helping you get to the next level. Like, what was that experience like?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, being an extra on set. It shouldn't be downplayed because you're helping the whole movie, the show, the production too, right? But the thing with being an extra is there's so many extras.
Yeah.
So it does feel good that you get picked. You know what I mean? Whether it be they need 500 people or they need 20 people. Like if you got picked, somebody actually saw your picture. They're like, okay, I want this person to be on my set.
So when you're an extra, you can't. It's not about you. Right? Mm-hmm. There's no way to really make yourself pop, because if you make yourself pop, that means you can't be an extra, right? That's not your moment to get recognized, is what I'm trying to say.
No, and it shouldn't be, because you're there to do a job as the other actors are.
Okay.
Like, you're not there to act a fool and oh, look, the camera, seeing the camera. Like, if you're doing that, you'll get kicked out.
So what is the auditioning process like? You know how job interviews, you sit there, really sell yourself. Mm-hmm. Here, you're literally doing what the job requires. You're selling your craft. Like, what are some experiences?
Which is you, right?
Yeah.
So you are your brand.
Yeah.
You're literally walking in and selling yourself.
Yeah.
Your enthusiasm, what the character is asking for, how well can you take directions,
Yeah.
You walk into the room, they have the slides, whether they already provided it for you, the script, or they're going to give it to you right then and there, and you do cold read it.
Okay.
Cold read is, you just read the script right in front of them.
So they just want to hear your voice on your
I hear your voice and they're like, okay, cool, now do it this way. So now they want to see how well you can take direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any bad ones? Any good stories from them? Awkward moments?
No, I've every single one of them is a learning process. There's always like, oh, I could have done that better. I could have done that better.
Yeah.
But the thing that I learned from my acting coach is you dwell in the moment
Right.
for just a sec.
Okay.
You know what you can do better and move forward. Apply that to the next one.
Okay.
You don't wanna dwell on it forever. And it's different than like a job interview, I would say, because in a job interview, like, oh man, I hope they call me back. Blah.
Yeah.
For me, my thing is, I go in, I do the audition, I know that I give 100%.
Yeah.
I go in there, I kill it, I'm done.
Yeah.
If I hear, cool. If I don't, I'm already moving on.
Yeah.
Because I can't dwell on the past now.
And then there isn't a thing of like, oh, I only gave like 80%. Like, I wish I did this. You know, if you're confident you give 110%, you know, that's it.
Yeah, but
it's up to faith now.
It's always up to faith. Yeah, yeah. And then I mean, you'll have it here and there once in a while. Like, yeah.
So what is you go audition. Just can you like kind of paint a picture of what it's like being in the audition room with the other guys? You come in, you know, sit in front of the director, casting crew. What is that like?
Well, the casting is usually, I mean, I want to say it's similar to your setup. There's a camera.
Made it! Made it! Shit, almost put it out.
There's a camera because they want to see, they got to record you, and then when they go and review everything, they want to be able to see where you were, right, and how you talked. There's a camera. There might be 1, 2, 3 people, whatever, in the room.
Yeah.
And then you get up there. They tell you like, oh, here's your slate, and your slate could be like your name, your height, or you know, your name, your height. They'll tell you what to say.
Okay.
We want you to slate your name, your height, and your representation, like who your agent is or whatever, like that, right?
Wow. And
you do that, and then they would ask some ask, some don't ask for your profile, which is your side profiles. Yeah. You give them that, and then
is there like long lines, other people waiting, or like?
Sometimes I've been to auditions. We're in a room, like the room is full of people.
What's your confidence level like maybe when you walk in and you don't see like anybody else brown and like that looks like you? Because like sometimes, like even when I go to interviews, you know, I'll sit in a room. There's been a couple times where there's like 2 or 3 people sitting there. And they're older, you know, maybe look better, or like, you know, or white, whatever, for the job. And it's like, damn, whatever. But then it's like when I walk through the door, it's like, this is me. This is my shot. You know,
same thing, bro. And I tell people that all the time, like, you know, young people that talk to me, or like whoever, they're going for a job interview, auditions, you own it.
Exactly.
That is your time.
Exactly.
You own it. You walk in there, you own everything, and you kill it, and you walk out.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's my mentality too. You know, it's like I'll walk in the interview, maybe I'll see other people, I'm like, damn. When I walk in through the door, I'm like, you better top this. And like I go in, kill it, walk out, I'm like, good luck, guys, because I think I did a great job. And then from there, and then like the only times I have regret is when I feel like I didn't give it my all. Then I'm just like a nervous wreck about it. If I feel like I gave it 100%, I don't think about it at all.
Yeah, with me, it's a little different. I mean, I feel the same way, but when I walk in, it's the other people there, they might be there for the same spot, whatever. They are my competition, but I don't consider them the competition. I am my own competition. That's how I go into about it. Yeah. So I come out, I'm like, hey guys, break a leg. Boom, done.
Out.
I'm out.
Next thing, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go back a little bit. So like, where are you from originally?
I'm from Fiji.
So what part of Fiji are you from?
Suva area. Yeah.
brother. So you said you got here 97, 98?
Yeah, 97. Yeah, 97.
So like, did you come straight to Sacramento, or did you start out in the Bay and then come?
Sacramento. We started off in the Howe area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, near Arden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, not a lot of Indian people out there.
We started in the Howe area, went from there to the house that my parents are living in right now. And then we went from this house to West Sacramento to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, California to College Town, where Sac State is, and then College Town back to this house.
So you're probably just following whatever opportunities your parents were able to get at the time, right? Or
well, my dad worked for a hotel.
Okay.
And so we moved around wherever the job was.
Okay. How was the transition from? So you probably were like in the 2nd, 3rd grade when you moved here.
I believe so. Yeah. I know I had to repeat a grade.
What was the transition like?
It was whatever, dude. I mean, I was. It did take a while to adjust, I guess. But I mean, we did what we did, you know.
Yeah.
And we moved around so much too.
Oh, really? Did that make it harder? You know, you finally connect with someone in class, and then like you gotta leave.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like, not really. No.
Really?
No, because I mean, we were so young.
You know, man, like, so in Fiji, you know, as you change classes, whoever you're with in the first grade, it's the same class up until you fucking get married.
Yeah.
You know, here, every class, it changes. I remember, like, in 4th grade, you know, everything's cool. I go to the next class, I'm like, I thought I was in the wrong class. It's, like, all different people.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man. And I see my best friend from, like, the 4th grade have another best friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you already moved on? But,
we started, it started becoming more, solid middle school.
Yeah.
So you know, middle school I was at middle school, and then Florin for high school.
Yeah. So it took me a really long time to kind of find myself and like, I don't know, create like a persona for myself and be a person. Mm-hmm. You know, I obviously came in, looked different. You know, there's a time in 9/11 all like really good positive things happened. And like, you know, just kind of defined by your skin color and all that stuff. So when that slowly started, you know, died down, like my personality started coming out. I didn't find myself until like junior, senior year. By then it was like too late, you know, it's like it's done. Like, how was yours, you know? Did you have a pretty tight-knit group, you know, middle school, high school, where you could be yourself?
I believe I was still soul searching.
Really?
I was still soul searching because I mean, okay, so middle school, you know, I was into sports. I was breakdancing. Came into high school, I started wrestling.
Yeah.
I was in FFA, and then senior year, like I stopped wrestling as much, and I was in dance. Like I went all throughout high school, and I started dancing.
Man.
It was still trying to find myself. You know what I mean? So I don't think you ever stop.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever stop. We're butterflies, bro.
I don't know if you know him, comedian, but he was, you know, he described himself in high school. He was just a guy that kind of filled a desk and filled a spot in the yearbook. I saw myself as that person. You know, maybe my friends didn't see me like that, but I was like, I was the last one to get to school and the first one out.
Yeah.
Because my house, my room, everything was my safe spot.
Got it.
Because like I struggled in school. All that stuff, like, it took forever, but I feel like, you know, there was this personality that was just waiting for an outlet, and then, like, I think end of senior year, just like, boom.
Then it busted out.
And then, like, I joined the military junior year of high school, like, that summer between junior and senior year. I went there, you know, dealt with the shit for the first 2 weeks, and then after a while, when I got confident in my surroundings, I started giving back to people, and that's when, like, I just, like, exploded.
There you go.
Came back like a brand new person. I was like, this is what's up. And I, like, for me, the military is what, like, really helped me, like, create a voice for myself.
Understood.
So, like, it's cool that you say, like, all this dancing and stuff and where you're at now. That's a really nice tie into everything, man.
Well, I mean, and then after high school, like, you know, I thought I wanted to go to college, which I did. So I was doing civil engineering.
Really?
And then I was like, man, this isn't it.
Yeah?
And then I dropped it to change my major to structural architecture.
So how long after high school did you start college?
I only took that summer off.
So did you go because, you know, you wanted to, or you thought, oh, like, fuck, this is kind of what you're supposed to do?
I was in the mindset of this is what is expected of me.
Expected, yeah. What do you think about, you know, high school students graduating
right now?
Like, maybe have that mindset?
The world is your oyster.
Yeah, I always think, like, you know, if you're not very good in school, in high school, I think you should maybe take a couple months longer off summer. Maybe, like, find a job and, like, work with people who have lived life and talk to them and then really find your passion. I have a cousin out here who's, like, doing the exact same thing, and he's, like, loves it. He's actually good in school now because he's doing what he's interested in.
Exactly. So, and I think, taking a break is amazing after high school, and that it goes back to what I did after I got laid off, is I took time to meditate and reflect on my own life. Yeah. So, I mean, after high school, because, I mean, when you're in high school, you know, you're like, oh, man, college applications due, SATs, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, I didn't get into Irvine, or I didn't get into this. And now your confidence level is blah, 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 blah. Oh, I got into Chico, though. Well, everybody got into Chico. Yeah. So, it's like, take the time. Yeah. Mental health is number one.
Yeah.
Start living for yourself.
Yeah. When did the mental health aspect come in? Was it right after high school? Were you pretty, you know, because I mean, social media wasn't really that big a thing, and this new information wasn't really taught in school either.
Yeah.
you know, you're just boom, 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 boom. The idea of like calming down, when did that stuff start kicking in?
I think it was like in 2011. You know how your group of friends change and all that. So I was connected with some people, and they just had a higher thinking level, higher level of thinking. You know, they were into personal development.
That's right.
They were into personal growth. They're about helping others achieve what they want to achieve, helping them grow.
Is this like an entrepreneurial? Is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
entrepreneurial? Yeah.
So did you dive into that stuff? You know, I was like doing some stupid around. I don't know if I saw it or not, but like you guys were into that, or like starting up businesses? Or what?
Yeah, we did some MLMs, like multi-level marketing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's where we met, like some of the people that are still friends with today, that helped us get away from the mindset of being stuck.
Yeah.
Of here's a book, read this, learn. Knowledge, all that kind of stuff. The knowledge is not always in school. I'm a big person of school. Yes, finish school.
Get your C's, get your degree, and get out.
And then get done with high school, right? Get that over with, and then now figure out what you want to do. Maybe you do want to go, because at the end of the day, you need somebody to teach you something, right? Yeah. If I want to go learn how to be a cook,
you gotta go.
I'll go to cooking school. If I want to go, I know how to work on cars a little bit. If I want to know more, I'll go automotive school. You know what I mean? You still need somebody to teach you,
right?
And then the time we're in right now is information is readily available.
There's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information, exactly.
But just knowing how to siphon through what's really needed for you, I think is very important.
Mm-hmm. So I'll always say, knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Get your knowledge. I would always say that finish school, but I'm not going to force you to go to college and all that kind of stuff. There's so many options out there. Decide what you want to do.
Yeah. I was like, don't put like an end date to figure out what it is you want to do. Dive into little things. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm sitting here 30 now, or 29, fuck 30.
You're old, bro.
I know, man. God, why? Like, the finishing line for like life, there's no such thing. The finishing line is like, when you're in a box, you just keep going, and keep going. But that's so like going back to your MLM stuff. So you're in front of new people. Sorry, you guys are dressed really snazzy, all that stuff. You're doing like presentations, like sitting up in front of people talking, or
exactly.
Do you feel like all that stuff is kind of tied in really nicely
100%.
to prepare you for today?
100%, dude.
Yeah.
Being more comfortable talking to people, having a better mindset of going, and that's where it all comes in.
Yeah.
If you don't work on your mental health, which is mental health, a lot of people, that's this and that. No, it's also about growing it.
Yeah.
It's also about what are you putting in there, you know what I mean? Are you taking time for yourself? Are you taking a mental break here and there? Like, what are you doing to feed your mentality?
What is some of the stuff you do right now?
Meditation. I listen to sleep hypnosis.
Really?
I put on sleep hypnosis at night. It's like an 8-hour sleep hypnosis, even though I only sleep like maybe 6-7 hours sometimes. But that stays on at night. Morning meditations.
Does that help? I mean, if you're asleep and there's something playing in the background.
Yeah, because your subconscious is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why it's called sleep hypnosis.
Shut up. So what do you do the next day? Is it in the morning?
Morning, I tried my best to do yoga every day.
Really?
But that's just we're getting old, dude. I got to be flexible. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
I got back issues, so I got to
man.
I got to make sure I stretch.
God.
But within that, you meditate. Meditate, dude, could be as simple as just sitting there.
Yeah.
And emptying your mind. That could be as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
Or you could put something on that could do a guided meditation. I'd like doing guided meditations that, guide you throughout, affirmations or, breathing techniques and all that kind of stuff.
I've heard people just sitting there watching TV to meditate, but it's not really meditation because your mind isn't free. You're so absorbed in what you're watching. Mm-hmm. If it's like people crashing or falling or like people saying stuff that gets you riled up.
Yeah.
So how important is it to just turn off all sorts of media and everything and just like...
Well, I believe that everybody has their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
I believe that for me, like I like it quiet.
Yeah.
Or I like a guided meditation of somebody on YouTube, or like it's in my ear. It's like maybe I'll put on sounds.
Okay.
Or it'll just be somebody guiding me. Okay, like affirmations and manifestation of where you want to be in life.
Okay.
So I like that kind of stuff. But if somebody could get it from having TV on and all that. I mean, it's all about getting to that state.
Just something that kind of relaxes you. So, I mean, what are your, what's your life looking at like right now? Like, how you feel, you're 30, heading into the next, like 5-year goals. Like, what do you got planned for, like, the
I
next
feel like
2
I'm a
years?
baby, dude. I feel like I'm just getting started with life, honestly.
Bro, like, and I respect that so much because you're not, like, just at a job. You're literally chasing a passion now.
Yeah.
You're just living a whole different life.
Yeah.
Like, the last 10 years, you could just close the chapter on that.
And that, like you said, that prepared me. Everything I did prepared me for where I am now.
Yeah.
And that takes me back to what we were talking about high school students and people that are graduating right now, and this whole new era of learning and everything like that. Just take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time. The biggest thing is, do not compare your success and your failures and everything you're doing to somebody else's.
Absolutely.
So that's what people make a mistake of, is like, oh man, I graduated with so-and-so and they've already got a house, they've already got their second degree. Like, it's fine. They did it in their time.
Yeah.
Your time is different.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm going to be 30 this year. It's like, I'm just getting started.
I feel the same, like, I have the house and the degrees, whatever, but it's like, I never really aspired to get all these things. Obviously it's there in the back of my mind, but it's just like life happens, so I had to do these things.
Yeah, of
I have
course.
kids and all this stuff. But it's like, I don't think I've ever sat here and, thought like, I have this, look, they don't have it. And I do it to my wife because I'm But it's like,
she's going to see this, right?
No, she won't.
Oh!
But the thing is like, everyone's life is different. Where you are today, someone else will be there tomorrow. Yeah. That's how I see it too, man. And it's like I do my best to drop all my knowledge, whatever I have, all my failures. I'm like really good about remembering my failures because if it can help somebody else, I think it's really good, man. And like, you talked about a lot of things when you walked on the set. A lot of these people are helping you out. You might see those people in the future.
I'm still friends with a lot of those people on Instagram. So we talk here and there. Make sure to check in, communicate. Communication is key in everything. Yeah. Everything we do, communication should be number one.
That's what's up. So how has COVID impacted your work?
It slowed down, obviously. I mean, because everything just shut down. The Vegas Cabbie, we were supposed to start shooting and we couldn't.
Yeah.
We shot for a week. In November, I believe it was. Yeah, November we shot last year.
Is there a date to start yet, or just waiting until the governor said that's okay? Because Vegas is popping right now, bro.
Well, they haven't. I mean, from what my director told me, because I just messaged her the other day, they haven't opened up everything, so we're not.
Is it solely based in Vegas, or is there some things you guys?
Wherever we could get the shots at, we wanted it to be authentic as possible.
Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it's like right there. Why would you not?
Yeah.
So, what are other things you got going on? On the side, there's some self-development stuff. You taking some classes?
Not classes on that. Acting classes, doing acting classes. Picked up the guitar. So that's another thing. So writing down goals of every year before the year ends. I write down goals of what I want to do next year. So you take account of the goals for the year, and then you see what you've accomplished, what you haven't, carry those on, make new goals for the next year. So my goal was to, like last year, was to learn how to horseback ride, learn that, hopefully to continue that more.
That's good stuff, man. You're just adding to your resume.
Exactly. I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, so I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Been learning how to play the guitar. This year's goal is to learn how to sing.
Okay. Don't laugh, man. That's good. Yeah.
No, I love it. That's why I'm laughing, because I want to sing. I love it. And hopefully I can learn that too.
That's what's up, man. Any hopes and dreams of getting into Too Fast, Too Furious? What is it, 24?
Oh my God, that's always the dream.
You a car guy?
I'm a huge car guy, bro.
What do you like? I mean, you mentioned you drift and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I have an '89 Mazda RX-7 FC Mazda.
Mazda. my Mazda's a little different than yours.
Well, no, and then my daily driver is a 2016 Mazda 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
So what do you drift? I mean, like, how much do you spend on tires every year?
Dude, last year, January 25th was my first event.
Yeah.
And it was just it's called a track event, so it's just a practice event. So there's a bunch of guys get together, we have a big skid pad, and we just, they drift around it. And the next one is actually April 4th.
What is the excitement about this?
Losing control, but being in control at the same time.
You just decide to sit on a roller coaster
but you're in control. You're losing control, but you're in control.
I don't understand your car. I have a buddy of mine really into cars, loves his car, man. Like, I remember I went to their house and he had, these giant boxes that just got delivered. I'm like, oh, he's about to bust something open, There comes the afternoon, this will opens it up, it's just tires. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they're just taking pictures from different angles,
Yeah.
sending it to everybody. I'm like, I want to go home.
It's funny. I got the tires for this event. So I had tires already on the car for the last event.
Yeah.
But for this event coming up on April 4th, so my little brother races too.
Yeah.
So he just had his third track event. And on that track event, we went to Thunder Hills. I got to race too because I signed up, so I drove his car too. And he got new tires for his car.
Yeah.
He got better track tires, right?
Yeah.
So I took his tires because what I do is I just burn tires. So I was like, if you're not gonna use them anyways, let me just use them to burn them off.
God, you people piss me off.
Oh, come on. What are you driving out there? Hold on. Don't you have what is that, a charger or something?
Charger, man.
Yeah.
I go like 60 miles per hour, whatever. My registration just passed like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sat in their car. First thing that happens, my check engine and my tire pressure light goes on.
Yeah. See, you need to charge now.
Take it to Les Schwab. There's 2 nails in the back tires. I'm like, come on, man. Like
Each tire?
Each of them. I'm like,
Oh,
how
my
is
God.
a nail in each tire? Like someone literally had to sit there like bang some nails in there. Like this car. It's like, man. I'm like. We have used tires for like $100. I'm like, man, these foods be burning tires like left and right. Like, let me borrow a tire off of you guys. Is there any links to? I can't, not do the show, not ask. How's the Bollywood influence?
Oh my god, dude, I want to get into Bollywood so bad.
Yeah.
I just don't know where I need to apply for that.
Well, it's really cool right now. The platforms are on.
Yeah.
I think the chances are a lot bigger.
Exactly.
These
exactly.
traditional Bollywood movies don't really do anything for me anymore. I'm looking
Really?
at these more layered.
The new ones are nice, huh?
They are.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the more layered.
Come on, bro, show that.
Episodic. Yeah, I know that. But I'm more into like these layered episodic stuff you see on Prime, where you really see the acting chop. You don't see them singing behind trees and shit.
Come on, bro.
I know we grew up on that. I got to transition.
I want to at least be in one Bollywood movie where I could sing with a tree out of nowhere in the middle of the field. Yeah.
Just hear.
Yeah, that's it. I just want that. That is a life goal.
Damn, I didn't think that. I don't know why.
That is a life goal. Yeah.
So did you grow up into movies? Like there has to be.
Yes.
I mean, everybody wants to be a fucking actor.
Yeah.
But there's something inside you that just like eats at you until you're like 27, 28. Like no, I really want to pursue.
And I feel like it was because we used to always watch movies in Fiji, and every time a movie came out, we were at Village 6 watching it.
Well, that's the only entertainment outlet.
Exactly, right?
3 channels.
Exactly.
You have NBC on 24/7 for some reason.
So we would be there, go to Wishbone, and get some pizza, and
What are some of your favorite like American and Indian movies?
American Indian movies like mixed together.
No, like American, like Hollywood and Bollywood movies.
Oh my god, Bollywood, there's so many, dude. Fana is one of my favorites because Amir Khan is just an amazing actor, dude. Guzarish with him in it also. Kalona Ho is an amazing movie with, Shah Rukh Khan and everybody. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Man.
As an actor.
Border. Oh my god, dude.
So as an actor in 2021, how do you compare the acting styles of a Bollywood, like a traditional masala Bollywood, to like a traditional, big time Hollywood movie? Like, do you feel like you have to make some serious adjustments to go from one to the other and then from the other back to here? Because they're not the same.
And they're not the same. I think there would be adjustments, but as an actor, I feel like you should be able to do it no matter what.
Is it right to say, like, is it the right question to ask, like, which one do you feel like takes more effort? Like, which one, as an actor, would you respect more?
Dude, honestly, it all depends.
Yeah?
I respect both.
Okay.
But it all depends, like, what are they asking for? Because, you could be in an American movie, a comedy, and all you gotta do is laugh.
Right.
And you could be in a Bollywood movie where you got, the dramatic sequence, whatever, right? So it all depends. And then vice versa, because, American movies, there's a bunch of dramatic, action-packed movies too, and same thing with, we go to Bollywood, there's a bunch of comedic, there's everything, so it's honestly, it's hard to tell.
So, like, starting out, keep going back to, like, whatever they're asking for. Starting out, would you describe yourself as kind of like a director's actor? Like someone very easy to work with, isn't a whole lot of...
I would say so, yes.
How's your input into what you're doing?
I like to, like, whatever direction I get, I like to try to hit it 100% because not only does that make my job easier, it makes the director's job easier, the producer's job, it makes everybody's job easier.
Yeah.
Your co-star, everybody. Like as long as we take directions well, and then you know, like shooting a Vegas Cabbie too with the director, you know, the directions of getting like we shoot that was like, hey, do you mind if I try it this way? Like having the opportunity to ask a director to do that and them saying, yeah, for sure.
How often do you see yourself doing that stuff?
Well, asking to do it my way.
Yeah. Or just trying it different.
It just all depends on the sequence, bro.
Yeah.
It all depends on what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with Americano, who's one of my favorite too, and he was getting a lot of flack for saying, you don't listen to your director, you go against the grain. And he goes, well, you know, that's not necessarily the case. I may give my input, but if you keep going against everything, you're kind of hurting the director's vision.
Exactly.
Which completely loses the whole point of the movie. You know,
Exactly.
This is not your movie, you're just a piece. So that's really cool to hear. So like,
yeah, 100%. So when you walk onto a set,
yeah,
you're part of the vision now, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna help paint that vision.
yeah,
It's always good to talk it out if you have that opportunity, but you're part of somebody's vision right now that you're helping make come true.
okay.
So the director will give you directions. Oh, try it this way, and then if you have the opportunity, be like, hey, would you mind
Yeah.
if I do this little thing just to see how it works?
Okay.
And then if you guys talk about it, and the director agrees, yeah, you're all good.
Do you see you being laid off from your job as someone of like a blessing?
100%, dude.
Yeah.
100% a blessing.
Where?
I wasn't even mad.
Yeah.
When it happened, when I found out, I was not upset at all.
We're just kind of burnt out by then.
I wasn't even burnt out. I was killing it at my job, dude.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh,
How do you think you'd be right now if you're still working there?
I think I would have quit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane, man. And then like,
Because if I was doing exactly what I'm doing right now
Yeah.
and still working there, I would have quit.
I mean, yeah, I don't think this is something you can really do part time, right? Either you pursue it hardcore in the beginning, especially,
Yeah.
because you really got to create a space for yourself, right?
Yes,
At
and then
what
like right now I applied. I have a part-time job.
Yeah.
So I work on the weekends whenever I don't have anything going on.
Yeah.
Just to have a part-time
You
job.
still got to keep a roof over your head, brother.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But besides that, yeah, during the week I'm fully open. If I have any auditions that are Zoom or in person during the week or on the weekend,
Yeah.
like I'm able to work around this job to make that work.
Right.
But during the week I'm totally just on my craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of your? I mean, I don't know any other word to call it but failure. But like, what are some of your down points of like since you've started to now? I mean, you get one, and then you don't get a couple.
Mhm.
Like, what are some like? Damn, I wish I got it, or like some low points so far.
Wow, I don't know, man. Some low points.
Do you just not see them as low points, or
I think that's what it is. I think I don't see them as low points at all.
is there anything that's happened so far where you've questioned this? I guess road that you're traveling.
No question at all.
None.
No. I'm 100% vested in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I don't question anything that happens in this, and I'm a big person that questions everything. Because I question everything. Like if you choose to do something, like why'd you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Your wife knows you really well, brother. That's
Yeah.
literally what she said.
Because I guess being brought up, like I mean, you could attach to it too. We don't really question a lot, but
Yeah.
now we're in our own space where I question everything. But
Yeah.
this life that I'm in and this path that I'm following, I'm not questioning anything at all.
Yeah.
Everything coming my way, I am going through that door.
Yeah.
Whatever door it is, walking through it. If it doesn't work out, cool, next door's opening.
You know, you're in a really cool space right now. I was thinking about this, getting ready for this. Like, there's obviously other actors and all that stuff. Some look like us, some that don't. But you're literally in a space where you're kind of a trailblazer. There's no one from where we come from out of this tiny little city that's kind of doing what you're doing at your level. Have you ever really thought about it like that?
In that look like that our culture,
Like, yeah,
ethnicity, or
from Fiji and, just, obviously, like, that are like us.
Yeah.
The small country, small city out of Sacramento.
Yeah.
Not really following the norm or has done the norm. Now, you're really on your way to knocking on Hollywood's door, man. You've kind of stepped, in there. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, you're somewhat of a trailblazer, right? I mean, it's a little early maybe to say that, but you're
yeah, I've never thought about it that way at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, I haven't even like done any research about if there are any Fijian Hindu actors.
I have some to get ready. I mean, because calling someone that is a big deal, and I genuinely feel that. If you find someone that's from Fiji that's doing major big things, let me know, because I couldn't find one. I'm a big movie guy myself.
Okay.
But I think that's pretty badass. And like, I call this community small because there's only. It's a small freaking place.
It is, bro.
It's one way or the other within the circles. We're all tied up somehow. Like we went to Florida. Still in Sacramento and all this stuff, and like the things you're doing out in Hollywood and all that stuff. I think that's pretty fucking insane, man. And like you're blazing a trail, meaning like you are an example. Because like I'm sure when you sold it to your family, there wasn't any of like, oh yeah, but like look at this person, he went and did it, I can do it too. You're literally like, oh fuck, I'll just be over there. Like I just want to get there.
Yeah.
Now you're the guy like, no man, like Shaneel did it. Like I can do it too, right? You're that guy now. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. But I mean, I think that's a pretty cool space to be in, man.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
You don't have to see it that way, but like I for sure should see it.
I've honestly, thank you for bringing that to light. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, I thought it was like, I saw before last year, whenever the IMDb poster came up, I'm like, oh, I went to school with this guy.
Yeah, I think Keo shared it.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is insane. And I went on and I looked, I went through your Facebook, I'm like, bro, like I'm all for people just like not doing the norm and just really chasing their passions, man. And like, you can't look for compensation when you're chasing passion because then it's just a job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The passion's gone. You're just chasing money. And, like, I absolutely respect the shit out of what you're doing. I wish you nothing but the absolute best. And I'll forget people when I'm famous, but I hope you don't forget me.
Thanks for being honest.
I appreciate you coming on the show, brother. Thank you so much.
Man.
Good luck and
so
everything, man.
Yeah, appreciate
That's the show, man.
Shit still covered, they nose getting loose, we going killing. I was born to roll.